For weeks, the global scientific community waited in near silence, watching, anticipating, knowing that somewhere, someone already had the answer. While NASA, ESA, and nearly every major Earth-based observatory were crippled by the sun's blinding alignment and a growing veil of atmospheric interference, one observer was untouched by the chaos. One probe occupied the only position in the solar system where the view remained clear. High above Mars, beyond Earth's glare and excuses, a silent machine continued its watch. That machine was Tianwen-1. And tonight, that silence has finally ended. China has released the first confirmed images of the interstellar object 3I Atlas, captured not from Earth, but from Mars orbit, during the precise window when every telescope on our planet was effectively blind. Combined with ultraviolet scans and dust monitoring data, these images reveal a version of 3I Atlas that no one predicted. A version that undermines every established comet model and deepens the mystery surrounding the most erratic interstellar visitor humanity has ever detected. These images don't just close a data gap. They expose it. What they show is not merely unexpected. It appears fundamentally impossible. With this release, the world is forced to confront an unsettling possibility. 3I Atlas may not be what we think it is. And the first clear look didn't come from Earth at all. This is the story of the Mars orbit images that may force humanity to rethink everything it believes about objects arriving from beyond our solar system. The document begins with a single, critical factor: geometry. At the exact moment Earth lost visual contact with 3I Atlas, Tianwen-1 occupied a rare orbital alignment that provided an uninterrupted view across interplanetary space.
No solar interference. No atmospheric distortion. No horizon limits.
Just a clean, uninterrupted line of sight above the Martian sky. While Western observatories were blinded by proximity to the Sun and forced to suspend tracking, China's spacecraft continued observing without pause. From its high Mars orbit, Tianwen-1 followed 3I Atlas through the most revealing phase of its journey, the approach to perihelion. This is when comets typically reveal their true nature: fragmentation, chaotic outgassing, unstable tails, and violent structural breakdowns driven by thermal stress. But what Tianwen-1 recorded was none of that. There was no violent breakup.
No disordered collapse.
Instead, the object appeared coherent, luminous, and accelerating. As the report repeats again and again, while Earth saw nothing, Tianwen-1 saw everything. And the entire mystery hinges on that fact. The first released image appears unremarkable to the untrained eye, a dim point with a faintly stretched halo. But to astronomers, it was shocking. The data revealed a massive dust coma that wasn't dispersing, but thickening, stabilizing, organizing itself into a symmetrical plume around the nucleus. Every wavelength confirmed it: a dense coma, a sunward jet, and a tail already measurable from Mars orbit. Its brightness exceeded all forecasts. Then came the real anomaly. The coma's brightness didn't fluctuate randomly, as expected. It pulsed, periodically, predictably. Patterns like that are never ignored in interstellar objects. Ultraviolet sensors aboard Tianwen-1 detected reflectivity spikes that aligned with rotational models, except the intensity was far too strong for a nucleus of this size. Either the object was spinning faster than physics allows, or reacting faster than physics permits. This was not a dormant comet. It was energetically active. And China alone was watching. As 3I Atlas drew closer to the Sun, European and Earth-based stations became completely blind. The solar elongation angle made direct observation impossible. Earth was staring straight into the glare. But from Mars, Tianwen-1 maintained the only clear angle left. The report uses a phrase that feels deliberately unsettling: Mars was the only eye still open. During this blackout, Tianwen-1 recorded the emergence of new jet structures in real time. It tracked the rapid extension of the dust tail and the formation of an enormous anticoma, a luminous plume stretching millions of kilometers through space. It grew far faster than any existing model predicted. This wasn't chaotic outgassing. It was directional, focused, coherent. The authors note bluntly, if a comet behaves this way near the Sun, fragmentation should be inevitable. Yet no fragmentation occurred. This is the moment Earth lost the narrative, and Mars became the sole witness. Photometric data introduced a paradox astronomers immediately recognized as impossible: a brightness increase of 0.3 magnitudes with zero structural collapse during a phase where breakup is mandatory under classical physics. The nucleus remained intact. The coma stayed uniform. The object exhibited the energy output of a shattered body, yet the structure of a whole one. That contradiction is repeated throughout the document. An object cannot generate jets of this magnitude without exposing surface area it does not physically possess, unless it is hollow, internally layered, compartmentalized, or something else entirely. This is where the tone of the document subtly shifts. The data doesn't just provoke debate. It provokes discomfort, fear. Every instrument aboard Tianwen-1 agreed on one conclusion: there is structure inside the coma. Not noise. Not dust artifacts. Structure. The report describes a dark ridge embedded within the luminous envelope, a region of suppressed reflectivity that should not exist if the nucleus were irregular or spherical. The feature is shaped, repeatable, and axially aligned with the jet system. Possible explanations are listed cautiously: density folds, thermal shadows, geometric occlusions. One possibility is conspicuously avoided, except by a single controversial researcher. And now, Tianwen-1 has delivered the first image that lends his idea credibility, that the nucleus of 3I Atlas is not a random aggregation of rock and ice, but an organized mass. Then comes the most disturbing finding of all. Tianwen-1 detected a sudden brightening on the anti-sunward side of the object. This should not happen. Comets brighten toward the Sun. They sublimate where heat strikes. But this emission came from the cold side, directly contradicting every known mechanism. Chinese researchers labeled the event unexpected photometric inversion. In simple terms, the object responded as if something inside it activated, pulsed, released energy internally, in reaction to solar input on the opposite hemisphere. This behavior resembles a system, not melting ice. It is the brightest red flag in the entire dataset. And it was recorded from Mars. When China released the images, Western agencies immediately began reconstructing the missing observation window. But the document carries a quiet resignation, an acknowledgement that Earth no longer holds exclusive authority over astronomical truth. For the first time, a probe orbiting another planet has taken the lead. Reviewers concede that the jet structures match no Western model. The brightness curve alters the orbital solution. The lack of fragmentation contradicts acceleration data. The dust geometry defies the concept of a single solid nucleus. The conclusion is written reluctantly but clearly. The object must be fragmented, hollow, governed by unknown physics, or not a comet at all. No one states it outright. Tianwen-1 forces them to imply it. The interstellar object is not behaving like debris. It is behaving like something that responds. The final section of the document turns reflective, almost somber. It reminds readers that we are observing something older than our Sun with machines barely older than our grandparents. It notes the irony that a rising space power's first interplanetary mission may have captured evidence capable of rewriting the story of interstellar travel. The final line lingers uncomfortably. We expected dust. We expected ice. We did not expect intention. Because intention cannot be faked. Tianwen-1 gave humanity something Earth never could: a view from another world. Above the noise. Beyond the Sun. The images don't resolve the mystery. They deepen it. For the first time, we must confront the idea that the most important interstellar discovery in human history was never visible from Earth's sky. It was visible from Mars. And the most haunting truth isn't the brightening, the reverse jets, the impossible anti-coma, or the hidden structure inside the coma. It's that Earth never saw any of it. For the first time in modern astronomy, humanity's home world was not the witness to its own cosmic moment. The only eye that stayed open belonged to a machine orbiting another planet, built by a nation that refused to blink when everyone else had no choice but to look away. Tianwen-1 became humanity's only window into the truth. And that truth is deeply uncomfortable. The images don't show a predictable comet obeying familiar laws. They don't reassure us that this is just another interstellar rock passing through before disappearing forever. They show something pulsing, adapting, brightening on the wrong side, releasing energy where none should exist, refusing to break when it must, gathering power where no comet can. As if what's drifting through our solar system is not a relic of chaos, but a relic of organization, of construction, of age beyond comprehension. China's document offers no declaration, no theory, no final answer, just raw data, silent images, impossible behavior left hanging like a question humanity is only now brave enough to ask. What exactly did Mars see? And why did Three-Eye Atlas behave differently when only one unblinking eye was watching? That question now weighs on scientists worldwide. Not whether the object is alien or artificial, but whether it is natural at all. Whether the laws we've trusted for centuries were never meant to explain something that didn't form in a cometary environment. Something that didn't evolve through randomness. Something marked not by chaos, but by intention. So now the world waits. Not for theories. Not for press conferences. But for the next image. The next anomaly. The next fracture in our understanding. Because if these Mars images taught us anything, it's this. Our greatest discoveries may no longer come from Earth. And the next revelation may not wait until we are ready. If this story left you unsettled, don't look away. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Because when the next data drop arrives, you'll want to see it first. And tell us, do you believe Three-Eye Atlas is a natural comet? Or did Mars just witness the first truly interstellar system ever observed by human technology?